Why do they want Kamala Harris in there? Because they don't care about the country. They care about hierarchy and power. Power is their ticket to money, it's their ticket to influence, and it's their ticket to jobs. Jobs for them? No, George W. Bush history, they don't need a job. But the Friends do. They need the cachet that comes along with having influence.
Noon, South Florida 93 in the shade. We're brought my school is sucking right now. What's the sense of going to the teachers do everything. You can do your homework at any time, at any place. All these different platforms. The problem is, what's the sense if they only work 50% of the time? 50% of the time. No. Unacceptable. If you give someone homework on a Thursday, now mind you, you may have algebra Monday times. Then the following week, okay, password has changed. It's just happened, right? Okay. The school has to change. What happens? What happens? Response. Timely. There's no timely response, right? Wherever you can't respond. Still no response. You didn't do your homework. How does the teacher not know? How do you not know that? Tells you know how many emails I get? Yeah. Well, but someone will get back to you shortly. Says you got to make an appointment. What? Well, when do I make this appointment? It's extremely frustrating. School, and I was prepared. I do have a tendency to someone. I don't want to talk to a machine. More pissed off, right? Anyone thinks it's AI stuff. Frustration. It really does. And where this all stems from, my frustration, to be your first or second day class. Okay. Some teachers have turns out, what I mean by that is, I'm sorry, but teachers told you to go home, pull it up on your Google Classroom. Why we don't have the for the first week and a half working on it, we're having issues. Okay. Like in two in A and 1, I've been signing years he's been in school. Have school. But it's a K through 12. All of a sudden he leaves the middle school, the high school, syllabus problems. Never had a problem. And kids. So I think, and that's are and you look at them, and they, I don't know what to do. Along with me. I get held to I have to turn in. I have to do it in the timely. The depending if the families want to chit chat or my boss. Then and you're dealing with the school. It was fun to send the. And now here's the new thing, right? Now they used to be called principals. Now one day I get an email from the principal and it says the principal of the school. The next day it says, but you send the principal an email, there's no response. You go over his head to the right. The principal is just blowing up. Online or not, hopefully. I don't know if I'm online or not, hopefully. The reconnect. In a big rush. You're in a big rush just to get to the end of the block. Let me see. Yep, there you go. There you go. Into the turning lane and around the car. You're beeping me. What do you want me to rear you? The car in front of me is not going, man. So there you go. Live stream as you see the Infinity's in a rush. Swooped, the lights turned green, the person swooped into the right-hand turning lane and then swooped back over in front of the next car. So, see you at the next red light. I always say, I'll see you at the next light. See. Yeah, the light's green. Everyone's in a hurry to go nowhere. So anyway, next subject. So the debate, tomorrow's a debate. Is anyone going to watch? Not me. I could care less. You know, unfortunately for me, Harris is not a very good public speaker. Obama was a good public speaker. Who else was a good public speaker? I mean, Obama, Clinton was a good public speaker. Enjoyed watching them talk. The Bushes, not too big on Trump. Trump just kind of rattles, goes on and on. Harris. When Harris is talking, unless it's when it's to her crowd, right? It comes off a little bit better than when she's trying to talk. She sounds condescending. She's got a weird voice like that, right? It's just very condescending, and I don't care for it. And I think that's why people either, we have two candidates, right? That are either you love them or you hate them. Obama, he was really good, right? You could Clinton, it's like when they talked, it's like they reached out to everybody. Now there's they're saying, we have people who, she, as vice president, she was terrible. The Biden administration sent her overseas, and she was not very good. And they didn't put her out there anymore. They tried putting her out there, sending her overseas to do trips and meet with world leaders and then give press conferences, and she couldn't do it. She would laugh, giggle. She had that problem, right? She had that problem when people get nervous, they laugh. She had that. I'm pretty sure she's been working on that. But when you put her if you could get her in an awkward situation, like most people are like that anyway, but her response to that is, instead of not saying anything, she tries and then she starts talking in word salad. I've seen some videos, I don't pay attention too much to politics. I've been an independent for many years, and I always say I make too much money to be a Democrat, and I don't make enough money to be a Republican, so I'm stuck in the middle. Does that make sense? Every time the Democrats put any type of put anything forward, any type of policy forward, I make too much money. I can't qualify for student loan relief, so that means nothing to me. That just means I'm going to be paying. It'll be coming out of my taxpayer money for people that went to school. So if you can't pay back your student loans, with all due respect, if you can't pay back your student loans, it's because you went to school and got a degree in nonsense. Nonsense. How do you go to University of Florida, Florida State, right? Come out of school with a degree in art, or I don't know, pick something. If it's not computer, if it, people, liberal arts degree, political science. I have a master's in political science. Well, what's that going to do for you? What's it going to do for you? Well, I have a bachelor's degree in. I have a bachelor's degree in computer science, and I get hired out of school making 150 grand a year, 125,000 a year. Wow, that's pretty good. Or I get out of school with a degree in liberal arts. Well, what are you making? Well, I'm making $55,000 a year working for XYZ company. Sorry, dude. $55,000 a year? And in 6 months, you got to start paying back your student loans? You'll be living with your parents. The writing's on the wall. You're either living with your parents or you're living in an apartment somewhere with 10 other roommates. So, if you make a decision like that, why should people bail you out? Why should someone say, okay, listen, you made a crappy decision, so we're going to wipe away your $60,000 of debt. No, can't do that. You can't reward people for bad decisions. My mom told me many years ago, but I was kind of lucky, right? My mom was a nurse. My wife's a nurse. Her mom was a nurse. Her aunt was a nurse. They're all retired now. My wife still works as a nurse, and they make a very good living. Hard work, but they make a very good living. I'm an occupational therapist. I make a decent living. Money. The Netflix bill, the Wi-Fi bill. Then my wife makes her car payment. We're just a middle-class family getting by. We're not going to be millionaires. But they won't be wiping off my student debt. I've been paying it for 10 years. And I'll be paying it for the foreseeable future. I want to say I pay somewhere in the neighborhood. I don't even pay attention, right? Because it comes out automatically every month. I'm going to say that I'm paying in the neighborhood of about $400 a month. $400 a month between the government and Sallie Mae. Government and Sallie Mae. I'm paying from the standard, pay to the pay as you earn. You upload your tax returns. They have some formula that they use, and they say you can afford to pay X amount of dollars every month. That's fair. But I'll be paying that for the foreseeable future. What else? Yeah, so it'll be interesting. You all can let me know how the debate goes. I'll be on YouTube watching my fishing shows, getting ready for a fishing tournament this weekend. Sounds good to me. What else? I'm way early to my patients. I'm like an hour early. Normally I would go home, take a lunch break, and then jump in my car about 1:30 and head to my head to my patient. But I was certain I was going to go to the school and tell them how bad they suck. But my wife talked me out of it. So here I am. An hour early. What else? I'm trying to remember what. Is anybody in the chat? Or am I just talking to myself? Driving, I go through gas. Crazy. Oh. Tell you what I found was that my Bitcoin's up a little bit today. I feel a little bit better about that. I do dabble in Bitcoin and Solana and Ethereum and Cardano. I don't mess around really. It's all speculative. I don't mess around with the real speculative stuff. I invest more in the big caps, and it goes up and down. One day it says, hey, you made $1,000 today as a return. And the next day, you lost $1,500. Then the next day, you're back up $2,000. You're up $500 today. You're up this, you're up that. You gotta pay attention to that. You're gonna drive all where I am now. I've made a profit. So that's all you can. That's all you can hope for. You just can't stare at it. I did that before, and you lose. You lose money. Keep yawning. 96 degrees. That's what the thermostat says. 96 degrees. So I have my patient, and after that, I'll jump in my car and I gotta fly up to the bus stop. I gotta drive like 10 miles the other way to pick my son up from the bus stop. Because bus stops now, they're not convenient, right? You used to walk to the end of the block, roll out of the house, and in 5 minutes you're at the end of the block, and the bus came. No. Not now. This school here, you gotta. All the kids get driven to a central location. Wow, look at all these. I don't know if you can see them over there in the grass. There's iguanas everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 iguanas. 10 iguanas. Crazy. It's 96 degrees out. They're all basking. They're all loving it. They're all basking in it. They're loving it. But then when winter comes along in Florida, it's pretty. It'll still be warm. It'll be in the 80s, but the humidity goes way down. Once the humidity goes down, it feels cooler. But we'll have a couple cold snaps. Hopefully, the temperature will drop down into the 40s. It does every year. You'll have a couple days here or there where it drops into the 40s or upper 30s, and the iguanas start dropping from the trees. They can't take the cold. And it's cold. And the people from the islands in South Florida, apparently they eat them. Apparently they go out and capture them. Because I've seen it firsthand. And the people that I've talked to are from the islands. I don't see a lot of people who are not islanders from the islands catching iguanas. But I was on a golf course and I watched people running through the golf course, jumping into canals to capture the iguanas. They grab the iguana by the tail, reach down, grab the iguana, they hold it by the tail, and when they're ready, they snap its neck. Seen it done. Seen them grab the head in their bare hands, snap their neck. And they throw them up on the shore, 9, 10 at a time. Then they throw them in coolers and they do whatever they do. They go eat them. Prepare them. Then on one of the turnpikes, they herd these iguanas into like a fenced-in area, and the people grab their tails. And they kill them. They kill them and they do whatever. Terrible situation. It says I got a message here. I gotta pay attention because sometimes I get a text message and it's my patient. It's not uncommon that I drive all the way down here, 8-9 miles, and an hour before my patient family, my patient can't do it. My patient's not doesn't talk. But someone will text me and they'll cancel. You know, there's an issue. I have to cancel. I understand. I don't get upset anymore. I used to get upset because of all the traveling, but now the experiences is just part of the job. You can't get upset by it. Where am I going to park? I haven't seen a situation like this before where a lot of the parking spots are taken up. But I'm going to sneak in right here. I'm going to sneak in, park right here in the shade. No phone available. I don't know where that came from. Alright, y'all be good. I'm gonna sign off. I gotta put the windows. I'm gonna wait in the car for a few minutes. But I don't want to leave the car running. And here comes they're mowing the grass here. I may have to sign off.